Steve Ricks at 425, out on a beautiful September day, having a midday cycle because it's beautiful, it's sunny, it's warm, the roads are pretty awesome, the dry, a lot of good reasons to go for a ride. But having a conversation with Angela Schill, who's the chair of the Courtice Santa Claus Parade committee, and find out all about what's going on with that Santa Claus Parade. The breakfast that starts is on this Saturday, September 20th, and the parade, of course, is much later on. I'll leave that for the interview. Anyways, looking forward to this conversation with Angela Schill and find out all kinds of things about your Courtice Santa Claus Parade. It's exciting. And why not think about that while it's all so warm and sunny right here in exit 425.
Today's guest at exit 425.
In the main corridor of exit 425.
Local politicians to connect with families.
What are some unique challenges?
Thanks very much, Steve, for having me.
Exit 425. It's where we live. Angela Schill, welcome to Exit 425. Thanks for joining me and meeting me here at Exit 425.
Thank you for having me, Steve.
When is the Santa Claus Parade and where will it take place?
So the Santa Claus Parade this year is Sunday, December 7th, starting at noon. And it will start at Town Line and Nash Road. And we've actually extended the parade this year. And it is going to end at Nash and Courtice Road.
So that's a little bit further than it has in the past, right?
Yes. So this is the first year that it'll be extended. Last year we did find that when we stopped at Trolls, that it got pretty congested there. So we've asked that we can extend it and we've been approved. So
Excellent.
We can fit some extra people this year.
That's fantastic. That's really good. I know that my next question is, are there any other events taking place? I know for a fact that this Saturday, September 20th, you've got Breakfast with Santa Claus.
Yes. So Breakfast with Santa is a big event this year. It's the first one. We're going to try and do it every year. So far, the feedback that we've gotten is a lot of people are really excited about it. There's going to be a lot going on. We have Santa himself is going to be there taking photos. Mrs. Claus is going to be there with a cookie decorating station. And then, of course, pancake breakfast with meat and all the fixings you could think of. It's going to be a great day.
So are there any other events other than the breakfast that will be taking place to kind of get us ready for December 7th?
So we were just at the 2 concerts at the complex as well, fundraising. We had pop and chips and candy and stuff like that for sale. Those were great events too, put on by the municipality. And we're thinking we might have one more up our sleeve, but I don't want to give out too many details just yet, just because I'm not sure if it's going to happen.
Gotcha. A Santa Claus Parade is always fun for the spectators. And what goes into getting that parade operational, in terms of participants, police, art counselors, how are they involved?
So there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to parade. Parade, we start planning in January. This year we have a much bigger team. Last year it was only the 3 of us. This year we're about 7. So more hands equals less work, right? Which is fantastic. Police do have to be involved. There has to be police at the front of the parade and police at the back of the parade, just to make sure everything's moving properly and swiftly. And as the parade goes on, police open the road as Santa goes through the parade route. Counselors have been great. Sammy has been a real help. And Adrian has also been a pretty big help too. So that's really nice to see that counselors are involved. Yeah, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a ton of moving parts, and It takes a lot of work, but we love it.
That's awesome. And can people donate to defray the costs, or how do you defray the cost of this? Because I think permits and things must be pretty expensive.
So we do ask for sponsorship. The community has been great so far with donating and sponsoring the parade. And yes, it's not a small price to pay to put on a parade. You know, there's a lot of things that people don't even realize that have to be booked, such as insurance and bands. That stuff all has to be paid for. So community involvement is huge. And the small businesses and big businesses alike, we hope that they would want to support as much as they can. And we will never say no to any kind of support.
That's awesome. Were there any grumpy responses to the parade last year? I'll add the first one ever live streamed by Exit 425.
So a lot of people did love the live stream. I got a lot of feedback from that. So we're hoping to have you back again this year, Steve. And honestly, everything about the parade, people loved. We did get a few responses about the road closure, especially because there is a couple streets in that area that are cul-de-sacs, so dead ends, that they can't get out. But other than that, there was nothing that anybody was like very, very upset about. So that's great.
But the people responsible for the road closures try to give lots of notice. Like, people know in advance when the streets are going to be closed, don't they?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So those have to go up. So we post signs 7 days in advance along Nash Road to let people know. The municipality also puts electronic signs at both ends of Nash Road to let people know that this is happening. The road will be closed during this time. There was a bit of a discrepancy with the time on the electric signs last year, and I think that's what got people a little bit, upset about it. But once that was fixed, it was fine. Other than that, there was no issue. So I'm hoping this year everything goes a bit more smoothly and there's no problems.
I was nearby where you were last year,
Yes.
and especially with a smaller committee with a lot of work last year. How satisfying was it to have that event wrap? And not just, obviously, Santa Claus Parade is the main thing, but you've got all these other things that are going on. So, and I mean, of course, within a month, you're starting the next year's parade, but how satisfying is it to have that main event that you've been working towards finish and wrapped up, and you see Santa and Mrs. Claus going by?
It's really amazing to see that. I did take a walk from Town Line all the way to the other end of the parade, and just the look on people's faces, and especially the kids, it makes it all worth it. Like, we work long hours, me and my team work really long hours, and it's constant back and forth in text messages and phone calls and you name it. And some days it's exhausting, I won't lie, but at the end of the day, after the parade, and you see how much fun everybody is having, it makes everything worth it.
That's awesome. I'm glad you get that sense of satisfaction, because it is a lot of planning and a lot of work that goes into it. So you mentioned that the parade's going to be longer this year. Any other creative and entertaining ideas that you're adding this year?
So this year's theme is Candyland Christmas. We have a few floats that I've booked in already, that are really, really excited for Candyland Christmas. Last year we did Around the World, which is a little bit harder, but with it being the first year back last year, we wanted to make it so that everybody could be included. This year, we're jumping ship and we're kind of going for a more fun, more entertaining, not that last year wasn't entertaining, but just a more fun parade with colors and more geared to the kids is pretty much what I'm saying. So We do have a couple of last year's favorites, like the Dragon Dancers will be back again. Most of the bands will be back again. And then we also have a couple new ones coming in that are going to be pretty exciting. I'm pretty pumped for them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's really good. And it's nice to see when, I mean, it's got to be exciting when the organizers are genuinely pumped about something new. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Are you looking for any more volunteers at this point? Can people reach out to you, and do you need volunteers?
Parade day, we need as many volunteers as we can get, young and old. So we do ask for a lot of volunteers through the schools, and we do give them community service hours for that. So if anybody's interested, but also adults, there's a lot of adults in Courtice that can't put the time in all year, but do want to be a part of the parade. And we love that. We love having adult volunteers just as much as we love having the kids. So, of course, we will take anybody, and we do need lots of volunteers. Last year, I think we had about 115 volunteers, young and old, and we're hoping for at least that again this year.
How can they reach out to you to let you know that they're interested in volunteering?
So you can always email the parade page at Courtice Santa Claus Parade at gmail.com. Or if they head on over to the website, which is courticesantaclausparade.ca, you scroll down a little bit, there's a volunteer entry form link that you can just click on. It'll take you to the form and they can fill it out from there. And then someone will be in touch with them. Maybe not myself, but one of my team will be in touch with them.
And it's a real team this year. You got a full line of hockey and a spare with 7 people. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Angela, why do you do this? And what's the most satisfying part of this whole thing for you?
So we moved from Sudbury 7 years ago. And I have 2 young children, 8 and 5. And in Sudbury, we always went to the Santa Claus Parade. So when we moved here, the first year was the Ice Storm Parade. So we went to that. It was great. It was cold and it was wet, but it was great. And then we didn't have a parade for 4 years because of COVID. So when they put the call out, I was like, this is definitely something I want to be a part of, and I want to make it come back for the community. And I've always wanted to do something, but never knew where to start or who to go to. So when I saw the call out, I was like, I'm going to try it and I'm going to join. Anyways, it was one of the best decisions.
That's excellent. And we all get to benefit from your enthusiasm and that of the other 6 on your team.
Yes.
So that's terrific. Thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you so much. You're very welcome.
And thank you for meeting me here at Exit 425.
Thank you for having me, Steve. It's been great.